So it's lavender season. You probably have noticed that you've got a plethora of lavender in your garden. If you have even just one plant, it explodes with flower buds. Now, what we're going to do is actually harvest some of those flowers. And I have to admit, I'm a little late on harvesting some of our flowers. Really, the best time to do this is early when they still have plenty of buds. But I just can't help steal those from the pollinators. So I'm a little bit late, but this will still work in doing this. And what we're going to make today are called flower wands or lavender wands. And so here you can see I've already made one, and basically it's just a weaving project. It's a fun little project to do even with kids, where we're going to weave lavender flower buds that are inside here. We weave the stems over it, and it just makes a nice little fragrant thing to put around in your house. So to start off, I just went and got a couple of handfuls of lavender here. And you're going to pick, you want to make sure you count your stems that you have. So anywhere from 9 to 13 really. 13 is kind of a good number to go with, because that'll give you a size about like this, of your average size lavender flowers. If you go with some smaller flowers, I have to admit, so here I harvested a stem, and you'll notice I got some little stems here. If you want to make something smaller, you can clip these off and actually get several of these smaller ones and make a smaller one. So this was with 13 smaller stems, and this was with 13 larger stems. So it just kind of depends on the look that you're going for. But you're going to take these stems and kind of gather them up. And what you're going to want to do is kind of get the base of those flowers level right there. Now you'll notice that there are some, little extra flower buds down in the base of these, and also some stems. Now what I prefer to do is kind of clean those off. So I just kind of run my fingers along there. It depends on how you're going to kind of tie this up, whether you're going to wrap string all the way around it. Maybe it doesn't matter, but if you want more of a cleaner look, you might just want to clean those off of the leaves and stuff like that. The other thing you're going to do then is, once you have it kind of pinched here and you've got your cluster of flowers above, is you're going to get some ribbon. Now you want to get about 2 to 3 yards of ribbon. So a good easy way is to kind of stretch out your arm and get 2 and then 3 lengths of ribbon. And you're just going to cut that. And then what we'll do with this ribbon is tie a square knot around the base of these flowers here. And we're going to leave about a foot or so of that ribbon hanging down, and I'll show you why we're going to do that here in a second. So you'll just tie a square knot in that. So now you should have a short ribbon and then also a longer one on the other end. So what we're going to do at this point is basically turn the lavender upside down. Our short string is just going to hang down by the side, and then we're going to start pulling down one stem at a time and do an over-under pattern. So the first thing we're going to do is just pull one down, and it'll be under it. And then we're going to go get kind of the next stem that we see kind of in that order, and our ribbon will go over it. Now this takes a little time to get started, and your first line is probably going to look a little rough, but trust me, it does all come together very soon. Now I know I mentioned that I'm a little late on harvesting my lavender for this project, but basically the lavender still is very fragrant. It maybe has lost a little oil and it's a little less pungent than what it was if I had done it sooner. However, it still works just fine. And the other thing is it becomes a little more brittle the older it gets. So if you do find that your lavender is already starting to crack rather than just bend over, then that might mean that your lavender is a bit too old to do this at this point. So if you found that you did use even numbers, or you want a different look instead of the over-under look, you can go over 2, under 2, and in which case you would want an even number of stems in order to do that. And it just gives you a little bit of a different pattern on your final weave. So you can see we've finished our first row, and basically what we've done is pulled the stems down over the lavender flowers, creating a cage for them. So we're just going to continue around, and you can see with the odd number of stems, now the one that we went over, we're going to go under, and we'll continue to repeat this all the way down the flowers. So at this point, you can see they all look different depending on the flowers and how big they are, and the stems, how long those are. So we're kind of getting to the end of our stems here. So we're going to go ahead and finish this off. I finished the weaving, and you will see now why I left that other ribbon down through those stems. And that's so as you weave back around and you get back to where that ribbon is sticking out at the bottom, you can simply just again do another square knot, and then tie a bow on the bottom of it so that it just kind of finishes it off. I'm just going to wrap it around here to kind of create more of a ribbon around the entire thing. And like I said, tie it one more time there, and then put our little bow at the base of it. So there you have your lavender wand. So what do you do with these? Well, they're very fragrant, and you kind of can roll them and crush them in your hands to kind of rejuvenate that smell a little bit more. Place them in your bathroom, maybe in your drawer, even in your car. But they're a nice little special thing that you have created. So I also think they make for good gifts. If you have any garden goodies that you're giving away, or perhaps some baked zucchini bread, put this on top there as kind of a nice little bow on top of your gift that you're giving this season. We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.